Drake is one of the hottest names in the hip-hop world, and it turns out he has ties to the city of Memphis. Tonight, Drake's father is talking about just how far he's come. Action News 5's Jerica Phillips has the interview you'll see only on 5 tonight. Jerica.
Ursula, Drake's dad, Dennis Graham, says oftentimes Drake doesn't get the credit he deserves as a rapper because he's Canadian. But tonight, Graham talks exclusively about the influence of his son's music in Memphis.
I care about his money in the city that I'm from.
The city where he's from is Toronto, Canada, an obvious contrast in culture to the streets of Memphis, Tennessee. But it was in the Bluff City where Aubrey Drake Graham spent his summers with his father, Dennis Graham, in Whitehaven.
Appleville, which is Shelby Drive and Neely. That's where we always came to.
A former drummer for Jerry Lee Lewis and a musician in his own capacity, Graham sat down with Action News 5 on the eve of Drake's sophomore album release and talked about the soulful influence Memphis has on his son's style.
That's Drake in my lap, and I used to hold him in my office while I played the piano. So this is how it got started.
I got the diamonds in my teeth flow. Memphis is the reason that my rapping and my speech slow.
Graham says Drake's diversity comes from his mother, Sandy, who is an educator in Toronto, and his many visits to Royal Studios in Memphis, where legends like Al Green recorded.
That's why his metaphors are so phenomenal now, because he's been in Memphis. He considered Memphis home more than he does Toronto.
Initially hesitant to sing on his records, Graham says he pushed Drake to be different.
I told him, I said, Drake, man, you got a beautiful voice.
Graham says Drake took his advice, and the rest is history.
Cause I've been trying to work it out.
With chart-topping singles and a platinum-selling debut album on the Young Money Entertainment label with Lil Wayne, Graham says the success of his son's career is surreal.
My God. I look at him and I think, oh my God, this kid's got it. He's got, I said, Drake, you've done it, man.
I just wanna be, you gotta tell him, Drake. I just wanna be.
And Drake's last album sold over 1 million copies worldwide, and Graham says he believes his son has the potential to be one of the greatest musicians of all time. Live in the newsroom, Jerica Phillips, Action News 5.
Didn't know any of that.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
And great music, too. Really popular.